You know what's crazy? That part of the intro already sums up the vibe of the show right there. So why do I even need to do a review? I'm just kidding. I know that's not enough. So let's get into it. So the story. It's about a boy named Simon who has yet to realize who he's supposed to be. A master of the drip. This story has to do with breaking your ceilings. Simon had to even break the ceiling of his own home to get to the surface. And he even had to get to the moon and to the edge of the universe to challenge a universal being. Now that takes a lot of drip to do. And I know a lot of people don't even have that. But it took a lot for him to even attain that level of confidence. It took a lot of sacrifices from other people too. It took a lot of mistakes. It took him coming to a self-realization that I need to develop myself. I need to have more confidence in myself if I'm ever going to be able to break my ceilings and reach new heights. Now that's something that we all need to do, and that's something that's really inspiring about this story. If you want to go to high places or great places in life, you need to break your ceilings. You need to break a limit. You need to break whatever's holding you back from that next level. And it takes drip to do that. I mean, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It takes drip to do that. You need to have the confidence to break your ceilings, and you need to have the willpower to reach the next level that you need to reach in order to attain your dreams and to get what you truly want in your life. And Simon showed us that it is possible, going from a little amount of drip, maybe even none at all, to a lot of it, and it didn't happen overnight. That shows us that it takes time, and that it won't just happen by magic. You need to go through things. You need to go through pain. You need to go through your mistakes, and you need to go through your failures and learn from them in order to attain the drip. Now the characters. I noticed that they mostly remain static throughout the show, but they can have some pretty defining character moments though. Like, take a look at this clip of Yoko right here.
Like me? That's right. I made a whole bunch of new friends back then. We did all kinds of things, always working hard for a better tomorrow.
And my boy Keaton was willing to put everything on the line for the sake of the mission. Now that's respectable. And most of the characters, they are pretty static throughout the show, but they serve their purpose. Like, you need them there. They serve their role, and they actually work. The static characters actually work over a 27 episode period, not these hundreds of episodes shown in. It doesn't work. Static characters shouldn't be there because they'll become irrelevant, and whatever. I'll stop complaining. But the story is mainly about like the dichotomy between Kamina and Simon. Kamina was a character that has a lot of faith, a lot of confidence, a lot of drip. And Simon was the person that was on his way to realizing his drip that he didn't have yet. And you already know, I said this before, it took a lot of sacrifice. It took him learning from his mistakes and stuff like that. And then he was able to attain the drip. Now it was a lot of character progression, and he achieves a lot more than a lot of shonen protagonists do in like hundreds of episodes. In 27, not even 27 really. It was about like the halfway mark before they got to a time skip. But that was a lot of progression. My man was a supreme commander and a space commander. And once again, I'll say it again, he challenged a universal being. That's drip. That's drip. He got a lot of it in that amount of time. Not that it was short or anything, but he still, he progressed. And I like seeing that in Simon, and that's a really relatable thing about his character, because it takes time to do that. It takes time to get your confidence up. It takes time to get the drip. I know I said this before, but I need to say it again, you know? Yeah, so mainly, yeah, the characters, yeah, they worked. They worked, the static characters worked throughout the show, and I liked their defining character moments, but the story was mainly about the dichotomy between Kamina, all the drip, and Simone, no drip, or also on his way to getting drip. Now the music, I can't say I'm an expert on this for real. I mean, I'm not even an expert on this stuff anyways, but I just wanted to share how I feel. But that's not the point. I liked how they used like heroic sounding music, like you could hear like the soft violins, you could hear like the horns for victory and stuff like that. And I noticed that they used metal rock for the fight scenes, like that really shows like intensity because you know like that type of rock is a very intense type of music, and I thought that was nice. In that intro, where that intro goes crazy, it's iconic. You probably know it if you're cultured, you know it. But their ending was really fire too. Like pretty much all their music fits the tone and fits the mood of what they're doing. I thought it was really nice. Now, if I were to describe their art style, it's like very quirky. Like it's weird. It's a unique and different type of art style. Like there are times where the animation or like the expression on the characters can get almost cartoony at times. Like you don't really see that type of animation in anime a lot. Like you probably have to be a bit more into anime to actually notice like how quirky, unique, and original the art style is. Like even when I noticed them doing an ultimate attack called the Giga Drill Break, it's like their drill animation. Like when they used the animation for the drill, like it was very quirky. It was very bouncy. It was just different. And I noticed that that studio has done like some quirky type of animations before, like Fully Cooley and Evangelion. Like if you look at their style, it wouldn't be exactly like Gurren Lagann, but it's such a weird type of style. Like you don't really see like what they do, and I like that they do that. It's something new that they brought to the table. It's original and it's unique, and when they do like the really intense expressions, like really intense emotions, it's almost like they use a pound of ink when they're doing the expressions like that. Now I don't really know if that's like a bunch of anime do that type of thing, but like it's almost like they used a pound of ink on the page, bro. It's it was like very thick ink lines with their expressions and stuff like that. I just noticed that they do that when they get to like the really intense emotions. And even when they fight like really fast or stuff like that, you can see like how quirky and weird it is. I know I keep saying that, but like those are like the only words to describe like what they do. It's like quirky, it's weird, and it's different and it's unique. Finally, I just wanted to say that story was a masterpiece. Like I was tearing up near the end. And don't call me weak, bro. Don't call me weak. Like any real man is comfortable crying over a good story. Any real man. Bro, they used universal laws and tied them to morals. Everyone, bro, I said it in the character section, but like everyone played their roles to a T. Everyone played their roles really well. They fit in the show. I liked how they fit in the show. I liked their comedy. Like they made a joke about how Yoko has nothing else besides her body. That's all she is. A nice body and a sniper. Now you can't say that's kind of funny. That's a little funny, but you have to admit that. But yeah, like the story that it was a really good story, and there aren't too many shows that like even bring like or even get me close to tearing up. Like maybe you could say Fairy Tale, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, Samurai Champloo. Ooh, wait, those might be future reviews. I don't even know. I don't even know. Giving myself ideas. But yeah, there aren't really too many shows that do that. Once a show is able to do that for me, even though I could consider myself emotional at times, not too many shows have really ever gotten me to the point where I've like gotten like to tearing up or anything like that. Like there's not really too many shows that do that. It's just a really good show. Universal themes were fire. Like there's a thing called the perceptual teleportation system. Anywhere you think you can go. Now that's a fire moral. You got to keep that with you. And they drop morals like that in the show a lot. They always drop the universal morals and like with the laws of the universe. And I like how they tie that in there to make it feel like it just hits more when they do that, because not shows don't really do it like that. Now I'm gonna turn this off now because I'm gonna keep saying like the same things over and over again. I'm just gonna keep rambling on. Make sure you drop a comment, make sure to subscribe, and hit that like button with the